Hi everyone, welcome back to another money saving video from me, Miss Emma D. So I've decided finally had the time, because we've been very busy over the last 2 weeks, which I'll explain why in a minute. I've been dipping into this money which was on the side, which I wanted to put in my folder, and because things have been happening, I haven't. So I have dipped into it many times. So it has gone down an awful lot. So I've finally found the time this afternoon to put it into my savings challenges, so I can get it out the way, and then we can go on to the end of this month and next month. So we're just going to count how much is here first, and then I'm going to show you my challenges, the active ones, which I'm putting into. So we've got 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 91, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 92, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. So we've got 280. So that has gone down an awful lot because we needed some things for holiday, which is coming up in a couple of weeks. And yeah, the kids have been dipping into it, and yeah, that's that. But it doesn't matter. We're going to go forward and do these challenges. So I think the first one I'm going to do is, actually I'll put that away. I'm going to do my jar. I'm going to kick this jar challenge off, £1,000 money challenge. And I am going, so what have we got there? Let me write down. We've got 280. So I think I'm going to put £100 in there just to get it going, because £1,000 is a lot of money, and I don't know how long that's going to take me to save, hopefully by the end of the year. So we're going to do 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. And that's quite a big chunk of that money. So we're going to do 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. And that will kick off the £1,000 challenge. So there we go, that is in there. Right, to the folder and the challenges which are active. Right, but first of all, I've got this one. I've never done a scratch challenge. Just checking you can see me. Yeah. So I've never done these. So have I got a coin? Have I got a coin? Probably not. I'm not very prepared. Let's see if this works. Right, so let's go. Which one are we going to choose? And this is a 200 challenge. Let's go middle. So let's see how much. £15, not bad. Right, so we're going to get 15 quid. Pop that in there. Right, so my next challenge, an active challenge I'm doing, this hasn't got an amount on. I think this was like a random one. It's like a tarot card one. So I'm just going to pick a random one. I don't know how much it adds up to. I think it was just purely random. We're going to go for this one. Okay. Not too hard on that. £5, righty-ho. Let's scratch another one off, because that's not much. We've got quite a lot to put in. Let's do this lamp. £20, so £25 on that one. And yeah, so what's been going on with me? So my father-in-law died just under 2 weeks ago. So I'm not saying it was a shock. It kind of was and wasn't at the same time. He'd been in hospital for 9 weeks, and they were adamant that he was coming out, and he didn't. So yeah, unfortunately he passed away. And why am I telling you this? Because this has got a lot to do with money. He had no finances you know, sorted. He didn't have his funeral plan sorted or paid. And it's been a big shock for the family. And there's been, you know, disagreements. You know, we're unsure. We're trying to sort stuff between us. But he didn't have anything set out about anything. His house, money, finances, different things. So, yeah, it's been quite hard work the past couple of weeks. And, you know, if I could say anything to anyone, just try and get your elderly relatives, or even if they're not elderly, you know, even if you're in your 50s, 60s, he was only in his 60s, try and get them to sort their finances out for the sake of their, you know, their children, grandchildren, friends, family. Because if it's not sorted out, honestly, it's so much stress, and you don't need this stress when somebody's just passed, because you're going through a lot already and you just don't need all this added on. And I'd also say as well, to add, try and get them to show you things they are paying for and how they manage their finances, because, you know, we're just finding out now that he was paying for a lot of things that were basically either scams or not needed. Things to do with insurance, things around the house, you know, these phone calls that the elderly get, or, you know, an older person gets, and they get them to sign up to things, and their money's constantly coming out of the bank. So that's another thing I will say. You know, you don't learn these things until someone passes away. You know, you're always constantly learning till the day that we pass. So, yeah, I mean, that'd be the advice I'd give, because you know, it's so stressful for the family, and you don't know, you know, you don't know how these people, if these people are getting scammed, these older generation, because they trust everybody, don't they? And they think everything's legit when it's not, especially in this modern day. You know, there's a lot of scams out there. So we'll go on to this one, making lemonade, each segment £10. So we can put quite a bit away in this. Oh, this is £1,000. So let's see how much we've got left. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Right, that suits me, because I'm going to put that money somewhere else in a minute. So let's do a big chunk of this, £100. That'll dip it right into the £1,000 challenge. So I'm just going to put a cross, I think. So 1, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So that has kicked off that £1,000 challenge. And then the last active one that I'm doing is Christmas, which is another thing I've been discussing lately, whether it's even worth celebrating it, as in, you know, we're talking about really cutting back now. Like, you know, bills have gone up, wages haven't, food's gone up, and we are really thinking now what is important to us. And Christmas is up there with something that isn't that important to us. But I would like to still give my kids, you know, a present or two, things that they actually need and things that are going to benefit them. So I got these 4 Christmas envelopes. So if I'm right, I've got 40 left, so I'm going to put £10 in each one. And then when it gets to Christmas, you know, I don't know how much I'm going to put in these Christmas ones, but the kids can buy something they like. What did I do there? I think I put an extra £5 in that one. Yeah, take that out. The kids can buy something that they want. So it's £10 in there. And I haven't got to spend a fortune, because I'm just over it now. I really am over spending unnecessarily. And I could kick myself for all the years that I have wasted money, because I'd be a millionaire by now. So that is them. So there's £10 in each one of them. So that's the Christmas started. We've took a good chunk of that £1,000 challenge. These little scratch card ones are good. They're fun. Yeah, so we've dipped into them and we've started on that one as well, and the jar £1,000 challenge. So that is me for today, and a little bit of advice from me of what we're going through at the minute. You know, maybe it'll help somebody. So leave a like, comment, subscribe if you're new here for more videos, all different kinds of stuff, and I'll see you again next time.